All right, racers, it is 6:52. Let's get a driver's meeting going. All racers from the pits over to the off-road concrete wall. Concrete wall by the off-road track. Driver's meeting is starting now.
Joe Gibbons. 32.2. $29.7. $25.6. $28 flat. $127 flat. $120.9. $30.4. $29.9. $25 flat. $28.3. $26.9. $27 flat. $24.3. $26.5. $26.9. $35 flat. $26.1. Well, this is not for real, afraid to feel. I just ask the floor, don't ask for more. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. You can stop 32.1. 27.9. 25.3. Whoa, yeah. Months went by without pretending. 26.2. 24.6. Mike Baxter. I took a chance and left you standing. Lost the will to do this once again. Well, this is not for real, afraid to feel. I just hit the floor, don't ask for more. 24.8. 58.8. 132.3. 28.7. Just make the call and take it all. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time again. 24.8. 35.2. 45.3. 45.6. 25.5. See you waiting, look so lonely. I see you waiting. 23.9. 23.9. 29.3. 26.5. 136.4. $25.8. $25.6. $25.7. $29.8. $27.4.
26.4, 26.3.
Whoa, yeah.
39.3.
All right, it is 7 o'clock. Racing will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Race number 1 is going to be Sportsman, Heat 1 of 2. Shannon, Christian, Tony, David. You will be coming to the track in about 5 minutes. Marshall is going to be from Heat 13. Stock SR10, Heat 2 of 2. We need a Marshall for Eddie, Ronnie, Chris, and Thomas. So that is going to be in about 4 minutes. All right, I want to see all the heads turn in the pits. I have one extra announcement that I forgot about. One thing we always stress during points races is having dry tires. I've been seeing tire streaks of sauce being burned out in that one corner. Turn 4 always has a long streak of sauce. Let's try to exercise drying them off. We hand out towels on that white fold-out table for you guys to use. So always wipe off your tires dry. Other than that, let's get ready for our national anthem. Hey, Dad. Dad, give me national anthem. All right, can I have everybody in the pits stand up and face a flag? We're going to start our national anthem. Everybody in the oval pits, the auxiliary pits over there, can we get you over to the oval track? All right, it is 7:05 on the dot. Let's get our racers on the dirt. I need one more turn marshal. Looking for Ronnie Sadler, if we could get you out here to the track. All right, go ahead and get checked in. Get checked in.
Shannon Robb. Christian Whitemore. David Singh.
Couple more laps. Let's get it ready to start. Get them spread out. The race will go live. Less than 5. Christian, David, Tony, Shannon. All 4 of my cars checked and rolling. We saw Christian cross the line first. He's going to be number 3 in the lineup. So far, we are working our 3rd lap around here now. Tony Hunton out front. He's in the black and blue chrome wheels coming down the front stretch. Crossing the line there. Down the back stretch he goes. He's on a 40 and a 4:01 pace. He's got Shannon Walp right behind him. On the track and on the clock. Shannon's in the orange and black, red and chrome wheels right behind him on the track. They've got David in between them. David's in that number 3 spot. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Tony, Shannon, David, Christian. Oh, caution on the left side. They're going to find their wheels and sort it out. Tony making his way through that crowd. He just ran a 5.5 hot lap. Crossing the line there. Black and blue chrome wheels leading this one out. He's got about 9 seconds over Shannon. Shannon's in that number 2 spot. Black and orange down the front stretch now. Crossing the line there. He ran a 5.9 hot lap. David Sang in the 3rd spot. He's in the blue-black Traxxas stock body. Crossing the line there. He's got black and chrome wheels on his truck. Got spun out in turns 1 and 2. Give him some help. He is sat in that 3rd spot.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. We are halfway through this race. Your leader getting through some traffic, squeezes right through him. 2:20 down, 1:40 left to go. Tony losing a little bit of pace. He's on a 39.401, falling off the 40-lap pace. Just that time by, a 5.2 from your leader. Gonna get him back on it. He is now on a 40 and a 4:05. Shannon in that 2 spot, about 20 seconds behind him. David in the 3, Christian in the 4. Everyone's pretty spread out right now. We are 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go.
1 minute left.
Oh, watch the backstretch. That's your number 3 car, David, flipping it over. Tapped the wall and got it wrong. That's going to be a 10-second lap for him. He's now 20 seconds off of Shannon. And about 20 seconds ahead of Christian. So the racing super spread out. No one really close to anyone else. Your leader, Tony Hunton. He's got a 37-second lead over Shannon. We are winding down on time, coming up on 30-second mark. 3:40 down, 20 seconds left here on the clock. Tony squeezing his way through traffic, gets it done cleanly. He's going to go by for 2 more laps. Marshall in the middle, David rolling it over again. He had 20 seconds over. He's now got 9 seconds. Keep going, guys. Keep going.
Christian Whitemore done.
Tony, you are done. Christian, you are done. Shannon, you are done.
Shannon,
And
done.
David, cross the line. David, get across the line. You're still alive. He's
All
going to get
drivers are
there.
finished. The race is concluded.
That is time on the clock. Tony Hunt going to take that top spot. Shannon in the 2. David in the 3. All right, and don't
Chase
take
Haddon.
laps yet. Don't take laps yet.
Ryan Hahn.
Let me get my
Like
marshals to their spots. All right, track is open. Track is open.
David McBain. Dylan Greider.
All right, Chase, I'm going to need you to pull over and fix that body real quick. Chase, can you fix that body real quick? It's digging really hard. Does anybody have scissors to cut on it? All right, that's better. All right, let's get them spread out. Get them spread out. Race will go live. Less than 5. Ooh. David and Riker. Chase. Dylan, and here comes Ryan. That's all 5 cars checked and going. They are trying to beat Tony's top qualifying time of a 40 and a 4:04. So far, we have Chase out front. Dylan in that 2 spot. David in the 3. Riker 4. Ryan 5. Chase. Oh, caution on the front. Go low, go low. It's clear. Oh, your leader rolling it over in turn 2. Gonna put him to the 3 spot. We are 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Dylan Greider leading us off. He's in the blue and white, crossing the line now. He's on a 40 in a 4:02. He's the only car on a TQ pace right now. He is looking to reset that TQ time. We have Chase in that 2 spot. Now Ryan moving up to the 2. Chase falling back to the 3. Ryan, he's in that all blue-green truck, crossing the line. Oh, he's going to miss the line. Crossing it, very nice. 130 down, 230 left to go. Dylan, Chase, David, Rucker, Ryan. After that big mistake from Ryan, he's going to fall back to the 5 spot. Crossing the line there. He's on a 30 in a 4:05. Riker in the 4, David in the 3, Chase up in that 2 spot. All of these cars,
2 minutes left.
they have fallen off of the TQ pace. Tony set a 39 and a 40 and a 4:04. Dylan's on a 39 and a 4:06. So he needs to find about 3 seconds to get back on it. Dylan crossed the line there. He's got Ryan behind him. They're about 20 seconds off on the clock. 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Oh, watch the backstretch. That is Riker, your number 5 car, flipped over. $2:45 down, 1:15 left to go. Chase now moving up to the point. Dylan with a couple mistakes, going to fall behind. Chase keeping it pretty clean. Oh, Dylan getting caught in another car down the front stretch. Going to find his wheels. Gets through the carnage. He's going to hold that number 2 position. Chase on a mission. He's going to get back on that TQ pace. He's on a 39 and a 4:05. That is good enough for P2 overall. We are 30 seconds left in this one. Keep them rolling, keep them rolling. There is a B main for this class, so you want to push to the very end. Chase, Dylan, David, that's your top 3. Every single racer on their own lap. Chase now, 39.403. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. Keep pushing. A 5.8 from your leader. 39.402 for him. He's going to get on another car.
Record being done.
All white late model. You are still live. Keep going. Everyone's still live.
Ryan home done. Dylan Ryder done.
That's a race.
All
That's
drivers
a
are
race.
finished.
Race
The race
is
is completed.
over. Chase going to take that top spot. It's going to put him number 2 overall. Dylan going to be in that number 3 spot overall. And David McBain going to take that number 4 spot in the A main. Tony Hunton's TQ going to hold up. All right, we are race number 3, Stock Slash. Can I get my marshals from that last one back out to the track? There were 4 racers that could come out here. I need a marshal for... All right, that's good. We are covered.
Max Mason. Charlie Whitemore. Madsen X.
All right, let's get this one ready to go. Get them spread out, get them spread out. Race will go live. Less than 5. Charlie, Max, and Matt. All 3 cars crossing the line there. We are 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. These racers working lap number 6. Max Mason out front. He's on a 47.403. He's got 0.3 of a second over Matt Sinex. Max on a heater this time. Matt Sinex now half a second behind, falling off just a little bit. Had a 5.3 second lap. Backs up with a 5.2. Your leader, Max Mason, 5.1. 5.1. That time a 5.2. Both of them matching lap times exactly. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Oh, caution turn 2. Charlie's going to find his wheels. He's in that number 3 spot. He's about 20 seconds off of Matt. So your leader, Max Mason, he's in the purple and blue. Going to lose a little bit of time on that lap. It's going to move Matt Sinex back to the point. 0.1 of a second apart. Max going to take it back, a 5.1. Followed with a 5.1. Here comes Sinex, a 5 flat. 0.1 of a second apart. I suspect Sinex going to take it this time. He does. Here he comes, orange and black, down the front stretch
2
now.
minutes left.
That is your new leader, Matt Sinex, on a 47.404. Mason, about 0.2 of a second behind him. Losing time. A 5.4 there. His truck's starting to push a little bit. They're coming up on Charlie. So Matt Sinex going to make it around Max. They are now 1 second apart. Max needs to get back around him. He sees the inside. Matt's going to give it to him. Inside, outside. Matt's going to take it right back next corner. Drag race down the front. Max going to ride the pipe too hard and roll it over. A little too aggressive. Going to give Matt all the open room he needs. 3 minutes down. 1 left to go. Matt and Max now 2.5 apart. Both of them throwing down a 5 flat that time by. A 5 flat for Matt. A 5.1 for Max. Sinex finding a little bit of pace. He is outpacing Max right now by about a 1/10. Time is stretching out between them. Was 2.5 a couple laps ago. Now it is 3 seconds apart. Matt Sinex a 5.1, 5.1, 5.0. Mason a 5.2, 5.2, 5.3. 10 seconds left on the clock. It's Matt, Max, Charlie. Now 5 seconds apart for the lead. Your leader going to go by 2 more times. Next time by, Matt Sinex will be done. Max, you are done. Charlie, you are done. And Sinex, you are done. That's a race.
Sinex done.
Max
All
going to
drivers
throw
are
down
finished.
his fastest lap.
Race is
The
concluded.
final time by, a 5.002. I need 2 volunteer marshals to come help us out. 2 volunteers. So I have 2 guys from that class. They are back out here. I need 2 volunteers. If you're running one class tonight, or maybe you have a little bit of spare time on your hands, come out here and help us. We could always use it. Keep the racing going. Get everyone out of here just a little bit earlier. We love you, Brandon. Thank you very much. All right, get them checked in. Get them checked in. If I could get one more marshal in turn 1, that would be great.
Scott Ashley.
Nice seeing you back in.
Bought a trailer for a smoothie business and put me back so I couldn't come for a couple weeks.
Really? All right, I need Jason and Doug to check in. Got it.
Jason Basham.
All right,
Down.
everyone's checked in. So if you want that quick adjustment, make it now, make it now. All right, get them rolling, get them rolling. Let's spread the cars out. We got Doug, Scott, Eric, Tony, Jason in this one. Race will go live. Less than 5. Jason, Eric, Tony, Scott, and Doug. All 5 of my racers are going. Oh, Eric gonna roll it over on the backstretch. 15 seconds in, 3:45 left to go. Everybody working their 4th lap now. Doug Townsend out front. He's in the blue, white, and red trim. Going down the backstretch now. White wheels crossing the line there. He's got Tony right in front of him. That is your 1 and 2 car. Tony now going to take the top spot. Tony, orange, yellow, white. Number 29 crossing the line there. Going to lose a little bit of time on the left side of the track. Going to give it back to Doug. That is 1/10 of a second between them. Scott Ashley in the 3 spot. Jason Basham 4 and Eric in the 5. Scott, he's in that number 3 spot. He's in the all red, number 68, black trim. Crossing the line there. Just ran a 4.5. He is 2 seconds off of that battle for the lead. Jason Basham, he's in that 4 spot. He is 15 seconds off of the lead battle. So, 120 down, 240 left to go. Thank you, Jason, for giving the leaders some room. We got Tony Watcher. He is in that 2 spot. He's trying to hold off the leader. Doesn't want to give him the room. Had to let him by. Doug just a little bit faster down the straightaway, getting on. Had the better line. Now that he's gotten around Tony, he can throw down the laps and try to pull away. Right now, he's throwing down an incredible pace of a 54 and a 4:04. Just ran his hot lap of a 4.2. Crossing the line there, your leader, Doug Townsend, a 4.3. Backs it up with another 4.3. Tony in that 2 spot. 2.2 now behind him. So in the last 10 laps, Doug Townsend able to stretch his lead by over a second, or over 3 seconds. Scott Ashley in that 3 spot. He's still about a second and a half off of Tony. Holding about the same pace. Jason gonna find a 4.8. He's still 27 seconds off of that battle. He is falling down to the 5 spot. Eric Mason moving up to the 4. 2:45 down, 1:15 left to go. Doug out front, looking to lap these guys. Puts another lap on Scott. About to lap Tony on the track and on the clock.
1 minute left.
1 minute left to go. We are 3 down, 1 to go. Final quarter of this qualifier. Doug Townsend just has to play it safe. Doesn't have to do anything too crazy. He just has to go by for about 10 more laps. Following close behind Tony. He has a 4.5 second lead over this guy. So Tony Watcher, thank you for giving him the room. They are racing well together. 3:40 down, 20 seconds left in this clock. We are heat 1 of 2. You heard that right. There is a second heat that's coming up next. Those guys are going to try to beat Doug Townsend's 55-lap pace run. A 4.4 that time for your leader. He's going to be done in 2 laps. 2 more laps for him. Next time by, he will be finished. Tony, you are done. Scott, you are done. Jason, you are done. Doug and Eric, you are done. That is a race. Corner marshals, get the track blown off. Let's get heat number 5 out here. Good running, Doug. You had to run someone else's car to be good. Is that the 7? Copy. I have my marshals. They are in their corners. Track is open.
My bad. Keith Tichenor. Mark Barnes.
All right here and early. If you want to change, you have the time to make it. I need Eddie Sadler out to the track. Eddie Sadler out to the track.
Matt Sinex.
Oh. Eddie, there is no transponder in that buggy. Transponder is not checking. I'll give you 30 seconds if you need to get it fixed. Can we get it fixed here really quick? Watch the front, watch the front. All right, that's good. Get them rolling, get them rolling.
Eddie Sadler.
Drivers to the stand. All right, get them spread out. The race will go live. Less than 5. Mark, Cole, Matt, Eddie, and Keith Tichenor. That's all 5 of my racers. They are trying to beat down Doug's TQ time of a 55 and a 4:03. So far to kick it off, we got 1 car showing the pace. We got 2 cars showing some pace. Gonna be Matt and Cole Denny. They're on a 54-lap pace, both of them. Matt Sinex leading them off. Cole in the 2, Mark in the 3, Keith in the 4, Eddie in the 5. Already, we're seeing a big gap down the front. Big gap from the 2 spot back. Cole Denny out front. Matt Sinix in that 2 spot. They're 1/10 of a second apart. We got Keith Tishner in the 3 spot. He's about 5 seconds off of that battle. We got Mark 3 seconds off of Keith. Eddie's 15 seconds off of Mark. Everybody in the back of the pack. Pretty spread out right now. We are watching the battle for the lead. Matt Sinix leading them off. All gray, white wheels. Crossing the line there. He's on a 53 and a 4 flat. Getting through a couple crash cars. Cole Denny going to be one of those cars to roll over. He ran a 6.5 second lap. Going to drop him off the pace. He's going to be sitting number 5 in the overall lineup. Needs to get some of that time back. Your leader down the front stretch now. Crossing the line there. That is all gray, white wheels. Matt Sinix just ran a 4.5. Cole Denny a 4.5 right behind him on the track. Cole's going to take an option line. Going to ride the pipe and nearly rolls over.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Cole Denny, after this race, I'm going to need you to trim up on that body. It is catching pretty badly. .230 down, 130 left to go. Matt out front. He's now got 4 seconds over Cole. Matt not quite able to hold that dominant pace that Doug Townsend and Tony Watcher held. He is ahead of Scott Ashley's time, though. Matt on a 52 and a 4 flat. Sitting number 4 overall. Cole Denny in the number 5 overall. These guys need to pick up a little bit of pace if they want to be certified in the A main. They are 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Cole Denny going to get it wrong on the front stretch. Going to be almost a 7-second lap for him. He's on a 51 and a 4:01. About 5 seconds off of the leader. Matt Sinix, 52 and a 4 flat. He's sitting number 3 overall. He's got about 1/10 of a second over Scott Ashley's time that he threw down for that number 3 spot. If he slows down any, he's going to be falling back to the 4, so he needs to keep up the pace. 30 seconds left in this one. 4.5, 4.5, and another 4.5. Same lap every single time. All gray, white wheels working through the traffic now. Coming up on you next, Keith. 10 seconds left on the clock. Your lineup. Matt, Cole, Keith, Mark, Eddie. One more lap for your leader. When he crosses, he will be done. Matt, you are done. Cole, you are done.
Done.
Mark,
Matt Sinix
Keith,
done.
looking for Eddie.
Done.
That's a race.
Sadler done. All drivers are finished.
Race is over. Marshals, get your
concluded.
spots blown off. I had 5 racers in there. Let's get them back out to the track. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get my marshals back out there. I need one more. I got Cole, Keith, and Matt. And 1 volunteer. I appreciate it. Track is open. Track is open.
John Collins. Mike Basham.
All right, I got 2 cars checked in. Where's my other 2? Brandon and Dan Stewart.
Brandon Roberts.
Dan Stewart, are you going to make it?
Dan Stewart.
All right, let's watch the Leadfoot. We got Mod Sprint, single heat of them. Let's get the cars rolling. We got Mike, Brandon, Dan, and John Collins. 4 racers in the fastest class we have. Going live. Less than 5. John, Mike, Brandon, Dan Stewart. That's all of them. Oh, watch the front stretch. Go low, go low. John Collins on his second lap. Going to roll it over down the front. Going to be a 7-second lap for him. Out front, we got Brandon Roberts on a 60-lap pace. Mike in the 2, Dan in the 3, and John back in that 4th spot. Battle for the lead, super tight. Brandon and Mike, both of them throwing down 3.9s. Brandon throwing down his slower lap of 4.2. Gonna fall back to that 2 spot. We got Mike Basham leading him off. He's in the all black, number 34. Black out wheels. Crossing the line there. He just ran a 3.99 on a 60-lap pace. A 60 and a 4 flat to be exact. We got Brandon Roberts in that 2 spot. Oh, Mike with a slow lap, a couple of slow ones. Gonna move Brandon a little bit closer to him. A couple of 4.4s. We got Mike Basham falling back to the 2 spot. John Collins making his way back up to the 3. Your leader, Brandon Roberts. All orange, black wheels. Down the backstretch. Oh, we're going to get it tangled up on another car. All right, if you're going to pull over, make sure you do it in a corner. Mike Basham leading him off. Brandon in the 2. John Collins in that 3 spot. Even after that crash on the back, Brandon's still going to hold down that number 2 spot. John Collins 1 second off. His hot lap of 3.9. Brandon a 3.9. Mike a 3.9. We are 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. We got Basham out front. He's got 1.5 over Brandon. Brandon's got 1.5 over John. That time by John Collins, a 3.8. Gonna back it up with a 4.1. And a 4.2 after that. 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Mike out front now. Brandon in the 2. They are 7/10 of a second apart. Mike Basham crossing the line there. Brandon crossing the line there. Mike in the all black. Brandon in the all orange. Half a second off. Oh, a collision down the backstretch. Dan Stewart and John Collins both getting it wrong in the back. Gonna slow them both down. Mike and Brandon pulling away. 3 minutes down, 1 left to go. Brandon trying to prove that he has a faster car than Mike. He is throwing down the laps and making up some time. Mike with a 4 flat. Brandon with a 3.9. 4.1 from Mike. Brandon with a 4 flat. It is 1/10 of a second apart. We need John Oh, it crashed down the front stretch. Gonna slow Mike down. We're gonna see Brandon take over the lead now. Half a second. 0.5 of a second now separating them out. We got Brandon Roberts leading them with 15 seconds on the clock. Brandon Roberts down the front stretch. All orange, blacked out wheels. He's on a 59 and a 4 flat pace. Mike Basham in the 2 spot. Half a second off. 59 and a 4:01. John Collins in the 3 and Dan in the 4. They're going around for one lap.
John Collins done.
Mike, you are done. Brandon, you are done. John, you are done.
Done.
Dan, you are done. That's a race. That is a
All drivers
race.
are finished. The race is completed.
Brandon gonna take it with a half a second lead over Mike Basham. John Collins in the 3 and Dan Stewart in the 4.
People like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world.
Chris Workman.
With rich men no more.
All right. We are good on marshals. Get them rolling. Get them rolling.
Dean Riley.
So, Brandon, you're watching that whole side.
John Mosby.
All right. Get them spread out. Get them spread out. Race will go live. Go ahead. Get them rolling. Get them rolling. Race will go live. Less than 5. John, Dean, Chris. All 3 cars are rolling. John gonna throw down his first lap. A 4.9. Chris a 4.8. Dean a 5.8. John's gonna back it up with 2 4.8s back to back. He is leading us off. Chris in that 2 spot. Dean in the 3. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Working lap number 7. Your leader, John Mosby, on a 49 and a 4 flat pace. Gonna roll it over in turn 2. He should be good for the lead still. It was 1.4. Now it's 1/10 of a second. John leading him off. Chris in the 2. Dean in the 3. John just ran a 4.7. Chris threw down a 4.8 on the first lap. That's as fast as he could get it. Your leader down the front stretch. Crossing the line there. All orange, number 1. John leading them off. Crossing the line there. He's on a 48 and a 4 flat. He's got 1.2 over Chris Workman now. Chris is in the all-white, number 71. Down the backstretch. Now crossing the line there. Dean Riley in the 3. He's about 15 seconds off of Chris. He's in the orange and blue gray front end. Crossing the line there. On a 40 and a 4:02 pace. 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. John leading them off. He's coming up to the rear end of Chris. Both of them going to move out of the way for him. Thank you very much. It is a single heat for these drivers. They've got one more heat after them.
2 minutes left.
It will be a A main race only. There will not be a B main for this class. So no worry of having a race in a lower heat. We got race number 7 out here on the track with 2:15 down, 1:45 left to go. John Mosby leading them off. 48 and a 4 flat. Coming up on that 49 lap pace. Needs to find another 10th or 2. He's got a 48 and a 4 flat, 0.16. Needs to find about 1/10 of a second. He got it there, a 4.9. Needs another one of those. A 5 flat. He's close. Chris Workman in that 2 spot. About 4.5 seconds off. Nearly 1 lap. And Dean, 40 seconds off of Chris. We are 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. John, gonna find that 49 lap pace that last time by. 3 4.9s back to back to back. Gonna get him on a 49 and a 404.8. Chris in the 2. Dean in that 3 spot. They are pretty spread out. John's got 1 lap over Chris. Chris has 45 seconds over Dean. We got 30 seconds left in this one. 30 seconds. Your leader going to go by for 7 more laps. John's on lap 43. He's on a 48 lap pace now. Had a slow lap there. A 5.1. I don't think there's enough time for him to get back on the 49. 10 seconds left. He's going by for 2 more laps. Next time by, your leader should be done. There's the bell. John crossed the line. He is done. Chris, you will not be done. Keep going, Chris and Dean. That's a race. Race is over.
Dean Riley done. All drivers are finished. The race is concluded.
All right, I need all 3 of those racers, Dean, Chris, and John, back out to the track.
Paul Taylor.
All right, if you raced that last one, get back out here. All right, track is not open. Let me get my marshals out there. I need 1 volunteer marshal out here. Well, I need 1 volunteer marshal, 1 volunteer to come help us out in turn 4.
Ronnie Sadler.
Track is not open. Thank you, Louie. We appreciate it. Let him get to his spot. All right. Track is open. Watch the line.
Eddie Sadler. Sean Denny.
All right, race number 8, Superstock Late Model Heat 2 of 2. Gonna try to beat John's top qualifying time of a 48 and a 4 flat. You guys will go live. Less than 5. Get them spread out. Cole Denny, Ronnie, Paul, and here comes Eddie. That is a start. Oh, Paul gonna rear end another car. All right, John Mosby's top qualifying time of a 48 and a 4 flat. So far, we got Sean Denny out front. He's on a 47 and a 4 flat. Eddie in the 2. Now Paul up to the 2. Eddie falling back to the 3. Ronnie in the 4 spot. 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. Sean, he's working lap number 9 on a 48 and a 4:04 pace. Fast lap going to be a 4.9. Paul's got a 5.1. Eddie's got a 5.3. Ronnie's got a 5.5. So like I said, everybody in this class going straight to the show. So right now we got Sean Denny starting to make up some time on that TQ pace. He's on a 48 and a 4:03. Looking to come up on some traffic. Eddie and Paul give him plenty of room. Thank you, Eddie. Paulie's coming up on you next. You're about 4 seconds off of our leader. Nearly one lap. 130 down, 230 left to go. Sean Denny working lap number 19. He's on a pace of a 48 and a 4:04. We've got Paul Taylor in that 2 spot. He's about 4.5 seconds off. Eddie in the 3, another 4.5 off of Paul. Just ran his hot lap of a 5.3. Backs it up with a 5.1. Eddie's starting to find the pace. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Sean out front. Paul in that 2 spot. They are now 5 seconds apart. Your leader, Sean Denny. He's in the all white and black, number 10. Going down the front stretch now, crossing the line. 5 seconds over Paul. Another 8 seconds back is going to be Eddie. So 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Not quite on John's TQ pace. It is good enough to go number 2 or number 3 overall, though. 48 and a 4:05 for your leader. Needs to find a little bit more pace if he wants that number 2 spot overall. He's barely breaking 48 laps. He's on a 47 right now. Not quite there. Sean Denny needs to push it here. Just ran a 5.1. That time by a 5.2. That's not fast enough to get him on the 48 lap pace. John's TQ gonna hold up. He will be tonight's top qualifier. We got Sean Denny out front leading us off. 47 and a 4 flat. 0.4. He is losing time. That time by gonna be a 0.6. Lost 2 tenths. Lost another 10th there. He will be settled into that number 3 spot. There is not enough time for him to get up to that number 2 overall. So we're going to see Sean Denny in the number 3 overall. Paul Taylor in the number 4 overall. Your leader going by for 2 more laps. He will be done next time he crosses the line. Here comes the Sean Denny, you are done. Eddie, keep going. Eddie, keep going. Paul, you are done. That's a race. Race is over. Sean gonna take it. Paul in the 2, Eddie in the 3.
24.2.
His eyes are cold and restless, wounds have almost healed. She'd give half a Texas
21.4.
change the way he feels. She knows his love's in Tulsa, and she knows he's gonna go. Well, it ain't no woman unless she loves that damn old rodeo. Oh, well, it's frozen blood, it's a dust and mud, it's the roar of a city crowd. It's the pride and the smoke, the gold and the black, he'll win the next go round. It's boots and shafts, it's cowboy hats, it's spurs and let it go. It's the ropes and the reins and the joy and the pain, and they call the thing rodeo.
27.9. 21.3. 25.7.
His love comes to call, but his need for it controls him. Her back's against the wall,
23.6.
and it's so long that I'll say yo when it's time for him to go.
21.9.
Never woman fights a cowboy like he wants his rodeo. Oh, well, it's frozen blood, it's a dust and mud.
John Ford. Dan Stewart. Scott Ashley. Keith Tichenor.
All right, I need one volunteer marshal out here. One volunteer for Eddie. Can I get one volunteer to come out here and help me?
Keith Tichenor.
Come help me in turn 3.
Oh, watch the backstretch, guys. Go slow on the back. Thank you, Cole. Scott, I am not getting a check from your transponder.
Scott Ashley.
Oh, there it is. All right. All right, spread them out, spread them out. Race will go live. Less than 5. Scott, John, Keith, Dan. All 4 of them are checked and rolling. We're going to see a first lap from everyone. John Ford going to have the fastest of the bunch, a 4.1. Keith with a 4.3. Next fastest car on the track so far. Scott in the 3, Dan in the 4. So as we're seeing him, we got John Ford out front. He's in the all-white, number 69, cross the line there. He's got Scott Ashley right in front of him. They're half a second apart on time. Now 1 second apart. Scott falling back to the 3. Keith moving up to the 2. John Ford in the 1. Keith Tichenor, 1.7 off of John Ford. Another half a second back, going to be Scott Ashley. Another second and a half back, going to be Dan Stewart. So John and Keith now 2.5 apart. Your leader down the backstretch. Turns 3 and 4 down the line. Going to be a 4.2 second lap. Your leader on a 57 and a 4.03 lap pace. That is John Ford, all white, number 69, crossing there. He's got 4 seconds now over Scott Ashley up to that 2 spot. Scott Ashley, he's in the red and black, number 68, crossing the line there. Just ran a 4.4. He's on a 54 and a 4.01 pace. He is 4.5 off the leader. He's got half a second over Keith Tichenor. Keith in that 3 spot. He's in the white, orange, and yellow. Number 14 down the backstretch. Orange wheels crossing the line there. He's now 0.3 of a second off of Scott, so he's making up a little bit of time. A 4.4 from Keith, a 4.4 from Scott.
2 minutes
Now
left.
0.2. Scott gonna throw down his fastest lap, a 4.39. Keith gonna match it, 4.397. 0.2 of a second apart. Now Keith Tichenor gonna take it. Scott's gonna take it back. Keith with a slow lap of 4.5. Gonna back it up with a 4.4. Scott gonna have his 4.5 second lap. They are 1/10 of a second apart. This time by gonna be Keith Tichenor to the 2. This time around gonna be Keith still holding it down. Now 1.5 apart. John Ford leading them off. All white, number 69, getting around Dan Stewart. We got Keith in that 2 spot. About 6 seconds behind him. Another half a second back is going to be Scott. So that battle for the 2 spot has stretched out. They were battling back and forth by the 10th. Now it's half a second apart. So Keith, all white, orange, number 14, crossing the line there. He's now got 0.6 of a second over Scott. Scott just threw down a 4.38, his fastest lap yet. He is now 1 second off of Keith. Another 11 seconds back is going to be Dan Stewart in the 4 spot. So 3:30 down, 30 left to go. John Ford working some traffic. Going to get around Keith. Going to have to push a little wide there. Coming up on Dan Stewart next. Gets around him. Thank you for complying with your leaders. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. John Ford going around for 3 more laps. Oh, going to roll it over. Going to catch the number 2 car. We're going to see Scott Ashley move it up to the 2 spot. I believe that was the first crash of Keith's race.
John Ford done. Scott Ashley done.
John's going to win it.
Dan Stewart
Scott in
done.
the 2, Keith in the 3, and Dan in the 4. That's a race.
The race is completed. 25.1. 25.6. Mixing.
Moonlight shine.
24.4.
Painted in a head on my shoulder. Pull over on the side of the road.
Ryan Blesson. 28.5.
God, you're something.
All right, race number 10. Track is open.
James Brother. Down. Brandon Roberts.
All right, Brandon, get that diff figured out. I need marshals from that last one. I have Scott and Keith out here. I need John Ford and a marshal for Dan Stewart. So if I could get John Ford back out to the track and another volunteer to come help me out. One volunteer to come help me in turns 3 or 2.
Down. Mark Barnes.
Thank you, Tony. All right, we are covered on marshals. I need a check from Jason and Brandon.
26.2.
Just close your eyes and you can see we are where we're meant to be. Baby, fall into my kiss. It should just happen like this. Trust it so much that there's no one else but us. This moment that says it's so right.
Brandon Roberts.
Are we going to see a Jason Basham? Is he making it? All right, let's get him rolling. Get him rolling. Race will go live. Less than 5. Mark, Brandon, James, and Doug. All right, so James Bruther working lap number 4. He's going to be out front. That time by, we're going to see Brandon Roberts take that top spot. So a couple laps in. We are 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. These guys are trying to beat down John Ford's TQ time of a 55 and a 4:02. So far, we got Brandon Roberts, the all orange and blacked out wheels, going down the front stretch now, crossing the line there. He's leading us off with a 56 and a 4 flat. He is looking to beat out that TQ time by about 3 seconds. We got James in that 2 spot. He is 1 second off of Brandon. So James in the 2. Doug in that 3 spot. He is 2 tenths off of James. And Mark Barnes in the 4. He is 12 seconds off of that battle for the 3 spot. So your leader working the back stretch now. He's got Doug Townsend in front of him. Doug lets him by. Nice driving. So Brandon Roberts, all orange, black wheels. Only car looking to reset TQ pace right now. Doug Townsend going to move up to the 2 now. We're going to see a mistake from James Bruder, an 8-second lap. I didn't see what happened. So this class is going to be a B main, so Brandon, Doug, James, that's your top three. We got Doug and James 1/10 of a second apart. That time
2
by
minutes left.
Doug's going to have a 5 flat second lap. James with a 4.3. James going to take that 2 spot. We are 2:15 down, 1:45 left to go. Brandon, the only car looking to do better than that TQ time. John Ford threw down a 55 lap pace. Brandon's on a 57. James is on a 54. Doug is on a 52. So hot laps for these guys. Brandon's got a 4.1. James has a 4.1. Doug a 4.3. Mark a 4.8. So our top three they have the pace. Brandon's showing it off. He's on a 57.403. Working the backstretch now. He's coming up on Mark Barnes, gonna get around him. Brandon's on a 57.403. That's the all orange blacked out wheels. Crossing the
1
line
minute
here.
left.
Just ran a 4.2. He's gonna back it up with another 4.2. We've got James in that 2 spot. He's about 10 seconds off the leader. He's on a 54 and a 4.02. That's good enough for the number 2 spot or the number 3 spot overall. So looking at the overall, Doug Townsend in that number 3 spot with 30 seconds on the clock. He is not on track to make the A main. He's looking to be number 6 overall. He's on a 52 and a 4.01. Oh, just then, James Bruder. He is in that 2 spot. He's looking to go number 4 overall. Your leader going by for 3 more laps. 3 more laps for Brandon Roberts. Crossing there. He's got 2 more laps to go. Next time by, gonna be his final lap.
Mark
Brandon
Barnes done.
Roberts coming by.
James Brother
You are done.
Done.
James, you are done.
Brandon
Doug, you are
Roberts
done.
done.
Mark, you are done. That is a race.
The race is concluded. Lewis Shelton. Jason Call.
Track is not open. Track is not open. Park the cars in the middle. Park the cars in the middle. All right, I need my marshals, my racers from that last one back out here. Looking for one more. I have James, Doug, and Brandon out here. I need Mark or Jason Basham. Mark Barnes or Jason Basham out here to marshal.
Justin Fay. Lewis Shelton. Jason Call. Brent Barnsley. John Mosby.
All right, shut down the backstretch. Shut down the backstretch.
Matt Sinex.
Thank you, Mark. All right, Slash late model, race number 11. Get them going, get them going.
Jason Call. John Mosby. Lewis Shelton. Brent Barnsley. Justin Fay.
All right,
That's
spread
it.
them out, spread them out. We got them all bunched up right now. It's a pretty big heat of them. This is what your A main will look like. Race will go live. Less than 5. Brent, Jason, John, Justin, Matt, and Louie. So 20 seconds down, 3:40 left to go. We got John out front, Louie in the 2, Brent 3, Matt 4, Justin 5, Jason 6. We are seeing your leader, John Mosby, all orange, number 1, coming down the front, crossing the line there. He's got 2 seconds over Brent Farnsley. Brent's in the all blue and black top, gray wheels, crossing the line there. Justin Fay in that 3 spot. He's in the black and blue chrome wheels, crossing the line there. Gonna be moving up to the 2 spot. Brent falling down to the 4. Louie moving up to the 3. One minute down, 3 left to go. John out front. He's on a 49.401. He ran a 4.8 hot lap. Justin ran a 4.8 hot lap. Louie a 5 flat. Matt a 5.1. Jason 5.2. Brent 5.1. So 130 down, 230 left to go. John on a 49.401. Going down the backstretch now. Getting around Matt Sinex. That's your number 4 car. Coming up on Louie and Jason. Louie's your number 3. Jason's your number 6. Louie, the leader, coming up on you. Louie's going to give him the room. So, John out front. He's got 5 seconds over Justin Fay. A pretty dominant lead. Justin's got 1 second over Louie. So, Justin, down the front stretch he goes. He's in the black and blue, number 87. Crossing the line there. We got Louie Shelton, 1 second behind him. Oh, 4-car pile up on the front. We're going to see our leader and a couple others get caught up. We saw Louie Shelton and Justin Fay both get caught up. John Mosby now a 10-second lead over Justin. Justin's holding down that 2 spot strong. He's now got 4 seconds over Louie. Louie's got 3 seconds over Matt. That's the battle for the 3 spot. Louie in the 3, Matt Sinex in the 4. They are 3 seconds apart. Louie gonna have a mistake there. Louie with a 9-second lap. Gonna move Matt Sinex up to the 3. Battle for that 3 spot. We see Matt Sinex. He's in the white and blue, number 34. Down the backstretch he goes. Down the front. Crossing the line there. Just ran a 5.3. Justin Fay, the leader, coming up behind him with a 5 flat. So Matt and Louie, 1/10 of a second apart. Matt, white and blue, number 34. Louie, going to be in the gray, white, and silver, number 8. Down the backstretch he goes. Gonna take the number 3 spot that last time by. They are now 1 second apart. Louie to that top position. He's in the 3 spot. Matt's in the 4. 10 seconds on the clock. Your leaders, John and Justin, gonna go by for 2 more laps now. 12 seconds between them. Another 8 back to Louie. That is time on the clock. John, keep going. John, keep going.
Justin Fay done.
Justin, you are
Jason
done.
Farr done.
Louie, you are
Matt
done.
Sinex done.
Justin,
Shelton
John,
done.
Matt, Brent,
John Mosby
Jason,
done.
that is a race.
All drivers are finished.
Race is over. So John Mosby gonna take it. He's gonna go tone to tone. 49 and a 4:04. Gonna see Justin Fay in that 2 spot and Louie Shelton in that 3.
Paul Taylor. TJ Donahue. 26.6. Tony Rector. 27.5.
Down on Hughes Road. Still love old country, some good rock and roll. They said, well,
Get him rolling. Get him rolling.
they think we're all too old.
All right, race will go live. Less than 5. Tony, TJ, Paul Taylor. Couple laps going down. We got TJ out front, Tony in that 2 spot, and Paul in the 3. About 40 seconds down, 3:20 left to go. TJ leading them off. He's on 49 and a 4:04. Hot lap going to be a 4.8 for him. TJ, he is going to fall off that pace. We're going to see Tony Watcher move out to the point in a 48 and a 4:03. This is heat 1 of 2. There is no B main for this class. Everyone advancing to an A main. TJ going to take it back with a 4.694. So he's back to the point on a 48.401. 1 second back, going to be Tony Watcher. Another 8 seconds back is going to be Paul Taylor. TJ, he is in that white and blue number 19. Down the front stretch he goes, crossing the line. We got Tony Watcher in that 2 spot. He is 3 seconds behind him. He's in the yellow, orange, and white. Looks to be the number 29 car. Yellow wheels for him. Something we don't see often. TJ, another 4.6. This time with a 4. New hot lap of the race.
2 minutes left.
So TJ's got a 4.6. Tony's got a 4.8. Paul's got a 5 flat. So we are 2 minutes and 15 seconds down. 1:45 left to go in this one. TJ leading them off on a 49.404. Tony 47.401. They are 4 seconds apart. 2:30 down, 1:30 left. Tony's going to throw down his heater, a 4.831. Oh, Paul Taylor going to pull off the track. There is another heat in this class. So I never recommend pulling off if you don't have to. Three minutes down, 1 minute left to go.
1 minute
TJ
left.
looking to get a lap on Tony. He's got the lap on the clock. Now he has to get it on the track. There he goes to the inside, gonna take it. White and blue, number 19. White wheels leading them off. We got Tony in that 2 spot, now 6.3 behind the leader. He is the yellow, orange, and white, number 29. It's 3:30 down, 30 left. This is race number 12, heat 1 of 2. We got one more to go. One more heat of this. All right, we're 10 seconds left. 10 seconds for these guys to throw down some heaters. 8 seconds between them. TJ's on a 49 lap pace. He's going to go by two more times. Next time by, your leader will be done. This time by, Tony is done. TJ, you are done. That is a race.
TJ Donohue done.
Race
All drivers are
is
finished.
over.
The
TJ
race
going
is
to take it.
concluded.
Tony in the 2 spot and Paul in the 3.
Chris Workman. Thomas Sadler.
All right, get him checked in.
Eddie Sadler. Ronnie Sadler.
All right, Chris, can I get you to take a couple laps for me? All right, let's get it ready. Let's get it going. Get them rolling. Race will go live. Let's stand 5. Race will go less than 5. Let's get them spread out. Eddie, Ronnie, Thomas, Chris. Oh, driving backwards on the track. $30 down, 3:30 left to go. These guys are going to try to beat TJ's TQ time of a 49.404 right now. Eddie out front. He's on a 41.404. Not quite near it. We got Ronnie in the 2, Chris in the 3, and Thomas in the 4. Whatever Chris did to his buggy, it did not work. That thing is slower from the last week we saw it. He's on a 39.40 pace. He's sitting in that number 2 spot, Chris Workman. Now Ronnie going to move up to the 2. We got Eddie out front. Ronnie in the 2, Chris in the 3, Thomas in the 4. Ronnie going to move up to that top spot. Now Chris to the 2. Eddie falling back to the 3. Ronnie leading them off. He's on a 43.405. Chris Workman going to find a 5.2 second lap. Crossing the line there. He's about 3 seconds off of Ronnie. Oh, watch the front stretch. Go low, go low, go low.
2 minutes left.
We need a marshal on the front. Let's try not to use reverse if we can help it. We are 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Chris Workman leading them off. Ronnie in the 2 spot. Eddie in the 3. Thomas in the 4. Racing is pretty spread out. Chris on a 41.4 flat. That is good enough to go number 3 overall. Ronnie looking to go number 4 overall. Eddie and Thomas not quite there. They're going to be sitting in that bottom spot. We're 3 minutes down, 1 left to go. Chris on a 42 lap pace. Ronnie on a 41. Eddie on a 36. Thomas on a 35. Ooh, Chris with a slow lap. It was a 10-second lap for your leader. Chris going to fall back to that 2 spot. Ronnie moving back up to the point. Ronnie now on a 41 and a 4 flat lap pace. We got Chris 2.5 seconds behind him. Thomas 30 seconds behind Chris. And Eddie 4 seconds behind Thomas. There is 15 seconds left in this one. That is time for 3 more laps. 3 more laps for your leader. This time by, it's going to be 2 more laps. Here comes the bell. Next time by, your leader will be done. Chris will be done. Thomas and Eddie will be done when they cross. Everybody needs to cross. Get them to the line. Get them to the line.
Chris Workman done. Eddie Sadler done.
That's a
All
race.
drivers are finished.
Race
The
is
race is
over.
concluded. $41.7. $131.1.
To the town of our warrior, Rode a stranger one fine day.
Everybody in the pits. It is 8:35. It is 8:35. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We're looking to get racing started back at 8:50. 8:50. I want to see race number 1 up here to the track. So that is a 15-minute break. I want to see race number 1 to the track. And my marshals from that final heat. So final time. 15-minute break. We will see you at 8:50. 8:50.
Came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
159.9.
In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red.
Sean House.
Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, the youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 and 19 more.
25 flat.
19 more.
23.3.
Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't beat you long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead.
23.4.
And he said it didn't matter. He was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was
22.5.
20 past 11, and they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from their windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death.
22.5.
Was about to meet his death. There was 30 feet between them, and they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today.
38 flat.
Texas Red had not cleared limit, and a bullet barely ripped. And the ranger's aim was deadly, with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. And he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip.
23.5.
Big iron on his hip.
$37.1.
I always heard that his
22.5.
herb was top shelf. And Lord, I just could not wait to find out for myself. But don't knock it till you try it.
156.9.
I've tried it, my friend. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
23.6.
Now we love in a small Texas town. He fired up a fat boy and he passed it around.
29 flat.
The last words I spoke
22.4.
before they took me in. I may discount bungee jump, but I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. My party's all over before it began. You can pour
25.8.
me some more whiskey river, my friend.
23.6.
I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Hopped on this old bus, the honeysuckle rose. The party was Huntsville, it was after the show.
23.1. 25.
Alone in the front lounge, just me and him. I took one friendly puff, and the grim creeper set in. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. My party's all over before it began. Now you can pour me some more whiskey, river, my friend. But I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Let's go down to Texas, Scott.
26.6.
Now we're passing the guitar. We're telling good jokes.
152.2.
I can tell
32.3.
one's a coming 'cause I'm smelling the smoke. No, I do not partake. I just let it pass by. With a grin on my face
23.1.
and a great contact high.
32.5.
My party's all over before it began. And you can pour me some more whiskey, river, my friend. But I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
23.4. 22.7. 26.7.
With drool on our chin. We broke down and smoke weed with Willie again.
23.9. 22.9. 23.1.
I was out of my mind the first night we met. I was feeling lonely and blue. I just moved to the country to get me some rest. The city put a hurting on me. Especially a fella from East Kentucky, without a penny or a word to his name. Wasting his life on a burning fire and chasing that honky-tonk plane. You were soft on the eyes and a him on the ear, leaving me helpless alive. To get you to listen the way I
32.6.
planned
135.2.
for our night. Hold on now, buddy, won't you wait up a minute? You're mistaken if you think
Two-wheel drive buggy street stock B main. Need to be coming up here in about 3 minutes. We need that B main here to the track. Looking for Cole Denny, Keith Tishner, Jason Basham, Mark Barnes, Eddie Sadler, and Eric Mason to the track in about 3 minutes. Marshall's going to be from that final heat. Going to be race number 11, 13.5 late model A main. Brandon, John, Scott, James. I need you guys out here to come help Marshall. None of you are in any races in the early lineup, so shouldn't have any issues getting you out here. All right, 8:49 coming up on 50. Let's get my racers and marshals out here. I need 13.5 A main racers out here. Well, I need my A main for the late model class out here. Going to be Brandon, John, Scott, James. You guys are not in any races early on, so I need all of you guys out here. I need Cole, Keith, Jason, Mark, Eddie, and Eric.
Jason
It is race
Not
time.
bad. Eric Mason. Mark
Still
Barnes.
need some marshals from the 13.5 late model class. Brandon, John, and James Bruder. All right, I see John coming up. Brandon or James. James to the track. Brandon, Robert. What are they doing? I still need some. All right, let's shut the track down. Shut the track down. Eddie Sadler, I need a check from you. No check from Eddie. Thank you. All right, we got 2 volunteers out here, Max and Sean. I appreciate you guys.
Eddie Sadler.
Let's get them lined up. We got Cole Denny out front, Keith in the 2, Jason 3, Mark 4, Eddie 5, Eric 6. Cole, Keith, Jason, Mark, Eddie, Eric. Cole, whenever you're ready, you are leading them off. Slow it down a little bit. Out of turn 4. Good start there. All right, everyone throwing down their first couple laps. Cole Denny started out front. He is looking to stay that way. He's on a 52 and a 401 lap pace. Jason making his way up to that 2 spot, getting around Keith Tishner. That is for the bump position. Mark falling down, Eddie falling down. We got Eric moving up to that 4 spot. So Cole Denny trying to go tone to tone. We're 45 seconds in, 3:15 left to go. Cole Denny crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. He's in the white and black. Number 10. Crossing the line there. On a 53 and a 4 flat lap pace. He's got 2 seconds over Jason. Another 3 seconds back is going to be Keith. That is the battle for the bump. Jason Basham and Keith Tishner. Jason in that number 2 spot. He is all white, yellow, and blue. Number 44 crossing the line there. He's in that 2 spot. He's got 4 seconds over Keith. He's 1.3 off the leader. Keith Tishner in between them. We got Mark and Eddie. That is the number 2 car behind you. Let him by. All right, Cole and Jason. No cars between them. They are going to try to race it out. Cole Denny going to get up on 2 wheels. Here comes Jason. It was 1.5. Now it's 0.7.
2 minutes left.
Cole, white, black, number 10 crossing there. Jason, half a second behind him. He's in the white, blue, and yellow. Number 94 crossing the line there. Jason falling behind a little bit. Now 1 second. Oh, my. We got Keith in that 3 spot and Eric in the 4. Mark 5, Eddie 6. We got a couple cars between our leaders. Oh, they're spinning out in front of them. All right, guys, I know you're racing, but when the leaders are around you, try to be courteous. We are 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Cole and Jason, 1.2 seconds apart. Cole's in all white and black, number 10, orange numbers. Down the backstretch he goes. Jason right behind him. He's in the white, blue, and yellow front bumper, number 94. Going down the front, crossing the line there, 1.5 apart. The number 3 car, Keith Tishner. He is a lap behind him, 7.9. Now getting lapped by the leader. Unless Jason has a brutal crash. Oh, I didn't see what happened. Cole Denny with a long lap. Going to move Jason Basham to the number 1 spot. An 8-second lap from Cole. Cole's got 5 seconds over Keith. Oh, the battery is dead in the car. He will not be bumping. With 5 seconds on the clock, Jason Keith.
Keith Titchener done. Eric Mason done. Mark Barnes done.
That's
Jason
a
Basham
race.
done. Benny Stafford
Jason
done.
Keith,
Mark
gonna
Out
be
done.
your 2
All
bumps.
drivers are finished. The race is concluded. Riker McBain. Shannon Robb. David Singh. Ryan Hahn.
All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. No laps, no laps. Where are my marshals? All right, I need a marshal for Jason, Cole, Eric, Mark, Eddie. You got Eric? I need a marshal for Mark or Cole, Jason. Thank you. One more marshal. Cole, Denny, where you at? All right, we're covered on marshals. Shouldn't be going back to the pits, guys. Unless you have someone coming out for you, don't be going back to the pits. Y'all know better. Race number 2, Sportsman B Main. You guys can start taking laps.
David Singh. Riker McBain. Ryan Hahn. Shannon Robb. Christian Whitemore.
All right, no more laps. No more laps. Let's get them lined up. We got Shannon, black and orange chrome wheels. Starting off out front in this B main. Ryan Hahn, he's going to be in the blue, green, chrome wheels starting in the 2. David, he's in the blue and black Traxxas body. Riker in the 4, Christian in the 5. Shannon, whenever you're ready, you know how this works. Everyone slowly roll around one behind the other. Out of turn 4, you will go live. Early off, Shannon going to leave the door wide open on the first lap. We're going to see Ryan out front. Ryan's going to roll it over. He's going to fall back to the 3. Going to make it back up there. Shannon going to reclaim his top position. Slow and smooth. Able to make his way back out front. We got Riker Bain from the 4. Now leading off the race. Shannon with a mistake down the back. Riker, orange and yellow chrome wheels. Crossing the line there. He is leading us off. He has half a second over Shannon. Dodging and diving through traffic. Good driving there. Shannon in the 2. Ryan Hahn in the 3. He's in the blue and green. Now 1 lap behind that bump position. Just have to keep it on the wheels. We got Riker out front. He's on a 38.405. That is good enough to throw him number 3 overall had this been qualifying. Shannon in the 2, David in the 3. We got Ryan in the 4 and Christian in the 5. Battle for the number 1 spot. Now 5 seconds apart. Riker, he is showing him how it's done. He's been keeping the car on its wheels. We love to see it. I'd say this is one of his first races. We can truly see some of his best driving. He's on a 39.4 flat. He's got 6 seconds over Shannon. Just put the lap on him.
2 minutes
About to
left.
put the lap on the number 3 car again. Riker and Shannon, 8 seconds apart now. Riker pulling away. Very nice driving from him. David saying he's in that 3 spot. He's in the blue and black. Black wheels crossing the line there. He is 17 seconds off of Shannon. We're seeing a big pile up on the left side of the track. Driving through each other. Riker and Shannon, your 2 bump spots. They got a big gap. Back to David. Riker now, 25-second lead. He's got this one in the bag. He is 3 minutes down, 1 minute away from bumping to the big show. I've called a lot of races that Riker has been in, and I've got to say this is the best one yet. Super smooth, super consistent, keeping it on the wheels, off the lid. Red and yellow going down, crossing the line there. He's on a 39.401. He's got 25 seconds over Shannon. Shannon's in the blue and or black and orange chrome wheels going down the front. Now making his way to the back. He's got some traffic. It drove right past him. 20 seconds left on the clock. David in the 3, coming up to that bump spot, not too far. Oh, and then he gets it wrong. He was making up time, and then he got it wrong. We are 10 seconds left in this one. Riker and Shannon will be your bumps. Keep on going, guys. Keep on going.
David saying done. Shannon Rock done. Ryan
Shannon, David, Ryan,
Christian
Christian, Riker. That is the end of the race.
All drivers are finished. The race is concluded.
Riker and Shannon advancing to the A mains. Race number 3, 13.5 late model B main. We got Keith, Doug, Dan, Mark, Jason. There's going to be a tight one. Okay, I got all my marshals out here. Get them checked in.
Dan Stewart. Mark Barnes. Down. Keith Titchener. Jason Basham.
All right, now is the time to make changes if you want it. Now is the time. Other than that, pull the cars over. If you don't need to make a change, pull them over. No more laps, no more laps. All right, let's get them lined up. Keith Tishner, BQ, leading them off. We got Doug Townsend in the 2, Dan Stewart in the 3, Mark in the 4, and Jason in the 5. Keith, whenever you are ready, you are leading off this 5-pack of cars. He's got Doug right behind him, Dan in that 3 spot, one behind the other out of turn 4. Great start there. Oh, battle for the 2 spot heating up. Doug and Dan getting mixed up on each other. First couple laps going down. Oh, top spot getting shuffled around. I did not see what happened. We're going to see Jason Basham from that bottom spot in the first 45 seconds, leading off the race. Dan Stewart about 1 lap behind him. Keith Tishner in the 3. Mark in the 4. So, battle for that bump spot. We got Dan Stewart and Keith Tishner. Keith, the faster of the 2, working the front stretch now. He's got Dan Stewart right in front of him. Dan's going to ride the pipe and roll over it. Going to lose a little bit of time there. 1:10 down, 2:50 left to go. Dan Stewart on a 49.403. He's got 9/10 of a second over Keith. Oh, Keith going to bump the wall over, driving it up the left side. All the while, a year later, Jason Basham showing him how it's done. He's got a hot lap of a 4.1. He's got a 7-second lead over Dan Stewart. Dan's got a 4.2 second hot lap. Keith's got a 4.3. Mark's got a 4.5. Doug's got a 4.3, but he has pulled off the track. So 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. We are halfway through this one. Your leader, white and blue, number 57, black wheels. Oh, Dan Stewart going to get it wrong. Here comes Keith Tishner going to bump into him. We got Keith to the 2 spot now. Dan Stewart right behind him. That is 1/10 of a second difference. They got Jason Basham coming up on him. Dan going to try to force the issue. Going to get it wrong while doing it. Racing incident. They're going to get right back to it. 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Keith Tishner, white and orange, going to go wide and gives it up. Didn't even fight him for it. Dan Stewart going to walk the inside, and now he's got open track. 2:45 down, 1:15 to go. Just as Dan was pulling a gap, Keith pulls up on him, and now Keith gets out wrong.
One minute left.
We are 3 minutes down, 50 seconds left to go. Mark going to pick up the position that Keith had. Keith going to pull off the track. Doug going to pull off the track. It is a 3-car race. No one is close. Jason with 30 seconds left on the clock. He has a 15-second lead over Dan Stewart. Dan's in the blue and red, number 26, crossing the line there. Like I said, 15 seconds between them. Another 12 seconds back, going to be Mark Barnes. Mark's in that red and blue-orange wheels. Doesn't look like he's going to be advancing. With 10 seconds on the clock, everyone keep going for about 2 more laps. 5 seconds left. 1 more lap for these racers. They will be done next time by. Jason, you are done at the line. Dan, you are done. And Mark, you are done. That's a race.
All drivers are finished. The race is completed.
Jason and Dan Stewart going to be our bump spots to the A main. All right, if you were in that last one, make your way out to the track. All right, don't open the track yet. Not yet.
Jason
No laps.
Matt Sinex.
I need
Justin
one
Fay.
of my marshals out here. I got a marshal for Basham. I got Keith and Doug out here. Where's the rest of them? Should be 2 more guys from that last one. I need a marshal for Mark or a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer out here to come help me out? Thank you very much. All right, we are covered on marshals. B. Oh, wait, no. A.
Brent Barnsley.
All right, they
John
are
Leslie.
getting them checked
Justin
in.
Fay.
John, Justin,
Hall.
Louie, Matt,
Matt
Brent, Jason.
Shelton.
All right. So John threw down a pretty dominant run, a 49 and a 404. He's in the orange and he's black, number 1, leading us off. Justin, black and blue, number 31 in that 2 spot. Louis Shelton, white, brown, silver, number 8 in that 3. Brent in the 5 spot. We got Matt in the 4, Jason 6. All right. Whenever you're ready, John, you are rolling these guys off. Orange, number 1, going to try to go tone to tone in this one. 4 minutes / late model A main. Going live out of turn 4. It's a good start. John getting by cleanly. He had a pretty dominant run in qualifying. Justin, he had the pace to get up in there. I think he had a bobber or 2. Not quite the consistency of John, but he does have the pace. Louis Shelton in the 3, looking to keep up with him. We got Brent moving up to the 4. Matt Sinex with a mistake early on. Going to fall back to the 6 spot. Oh, really? In turn 4, going to roll it over. He's going all the way to the back. 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. We got John, Justin, Brent. That is your top 3 running order. Brent started from the 5. He is now up to that 3 spot on the podium. That's right. This is the A main. Brent is looking for a podium position here. He's about 3 seconds off of Justin for the number 2 and losing a little bit of time there. Justin's got a fast car. John and Justin matching lap times. 4.9 for both of them. They are 1.6 apart. Oh, caution on the front. Caution on the front. It's clear. John Mosby, orange, number 1 down the front. Now down the backstretch he goes. We got Justin Fay in that 2 spot. He's in the black and blue, number 31, crossing the line there. He's got 3.5 seconds off of John. He's got 6 seconds over Brent. Brent Barnsley, that final spot on the podium. He's got 1.5 seconds over Louis. Louis, he's in the white, brown, and silver, number
2
8.
minutes left.
Looking to go for the number 3 spot. He's about 0.5 second off of Brent and gaining. It was 1.5. This time by going to be 0.2 seconds. Now this time, 0.1 second off of each other. 2:30 down, 1:30 left in this one. Brent trying to hold down that top number 3 spot. Here comes Louie looking for the inside. Not quite going to see it there. He's going to hold it tight. Jason, these are some leaders. Thank you very much. Louie's in that 4 spot. Jason's in the 5. Matt's in the 6. That's your running order. Oh, Louie's got the inside. He's not going to take it to yes yet. Brent's going to go wide. Here comes Louie. Louie's got it. Sticks the inside. Now John's going to be working that traffic. John Mosby with 1 minute left on the clock. He's got 6 seconds over Justin Fay, that number 2 car. Another 10 seconds back is going to be Louie Shelton now. John, Justin, Louie, your top 3. They are all on their own laps. They are super spread out. Brent in that 4 spot. He's about 2.5 off of Louie and losing time. Louie, white, brown, silver, number 8. Crossing the line there. He's in the number 3. Just ran a 5.1 second lap. Brent, a 5.2. Rolls it over in turn 4. Gonna lose a little bit more there with 10 seconds on the clock. That will be your podium. John, Justin, Louie going by one more time. There's the bell. Jason, John, Louie, Justin, Matt, Brent. That's a race. That is a race.
Rank finally done. All drivers are finished.
Good run in
The race
there.
is completed.
John, Justin, Louie, your top 3. All right. I need 4 guys from this one. All right, no drivers. I need 4 guys back out to the track. 4 guys. 4 guys out to the track. I've got 1 marshal, and he's a volunteer. Where's the rest of them at?
Tony Hampton.
There's Justin, there's Louie, there's Matt. We are covered on marshals. Oh, never mind. We got a volunteer. Thank you very much. All right, we are covered. Racers, get them checked in.
David McBain. Riker McBain. Dylan Greider.
Do we have Shannon in the building? Is Shannon still here? All right, shut it down, shut it down. Shannon good? All right, let's get them lined up. Tony on the 1, Chase in the 2, Dylan 3, David 4, Riker 5, Shannon 6. So for A mains, we were talking about drivers' minutes in the drivers' meeting. A mains get a little bit of special interest. Since it is the big show, we usually give them a minute, and we're pretty strong about it. B mains, no minutes. If you miss it, you miss it. But this is the A. I see him on his way. We're going to give him a lap to go around. Shannon, go ahead and take a lap for me. Take a couple laps. Try to dodge the cars on the front stretch. All right. Park it next time around. All right. Tony in the 1. Chase in the 2. Dylan 3. David 4. Riker 5. Shannon 6. All right. Slow it down, Tony. Slow it down. Run it around one more time. Get him lined up. Let him line up. All right. Out of turn 4. Slowly. One behind the other. Out of turn 4. That's a good start. Oh, okay. Restart. It's going to restart. All right, Chase, you have to make sure you hit the line. We don't want you to miss a lap first time around. Is it a bear? Oh, someone lost a weight. That is a massive weight. All right. Get him rolling. All right, at a nice medium pace. Out of turn 4. Full throttle. All right, much better start. All right, we have Tony out front, chasing the 2, David in the 3, Dylan 4, Riker 5, Shannon 6. So your leader, Chase, he started from the 2. He is now leading them off. He's going down the backstretch, making his way to the front, crossing the line there. All white, red trim, late model. Crossing there. He's on a 40 and a 4:04. We've got Dylan Grider in that 2 spot, about 0.8 of a second behind him. Dylan, he's in the blue and black wheeled Traxxas stock body. Crossing the line there. He is 1 second off of Chase. Tony from the 1, falling back to the 3 spot. David 4, now Riker 4, David to the 5, Shannon 6. 120 down, 240 left to go. Oh, caution on the back. Go row. It's clear. Watch the front stretch. I got some cars drifting around. It's clear. 130 down, 230 left to go. Chase, your leader. He's got 1 second over Dylan. It's closing up. Oh, Dylan had a mistake on the front. And another mistake on the back. Here comes Tony Hunting to the 2 spot. Tony to the 2, Dylan to the 3. Riker about 18 seconds off of that podium battle. You heard me right. That is 18 seconds.
2 minutes left.
Oh, caution on the back. Go row down the back. Row down the back. It's clear. Nice. Thank you, Tony. We got Dylan back to the 2 spot. Dylan in the 3. Oh. Dylan in the 2, Tony in the 3. That is our closest battle on the track. It is 2 seconds apart. All the while, your leader, Chase, gonna roll it over on the right side. He had 12 seconds over Dylan this time by. It's gonna be a 9 or 11 second lead still. Chase has 11 seconds over Dylan. Now 9 seconds. Dylan going to make up a little bit of time on that last one. Tony in that 3 spot, losing time. It was 2 seconds, now 3.1. Your
1
leader,
minute left.
3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Your leader crossing the line there. All white, late model. Oh, hitting the wall, beating it up hard. Going to roll it over, stuck in the traffic. He's driving backwards. He had a 9-second advantage. This time by, gonna be 2 seconds over Dylan. He threw away a massive cushion. Now Dylan pushing hard in the final 30 seconds of this race. Keep it clean, Chase. Riker, that is the leader in front of you. Play nice. Here comes Dylan, blue and black, pulling him around. He is way faster. Chase just has to keep it on the wheels for the next 10 seconds. That's 2 more laps. 2 more laps now. Next time by, they will be done. It's a race to the line. Down the backstretch. Dylan going to catch the wall. Dylan's going to drive into him. Dylan crashed over. Chase going to make it.
Shuttle walk done.
That's a race. Race is
Welcome
over.
and done. Dylan Grider
Race
done.
is over.
All drivers are
It came
finished.
down to the final
Race is
couple
completed.
turns. Chase able to make it to the line. Dylan going to overdrive it a little too hard. Finds the wall and rolls it over. So Chase with the 1, Dylan in the 2, and Tony in that final podium position.
Jason Basham. Scott Ashley. Tony Rector. Down. Matt Sinex. Keith Titchener.
All right, shut it down. Get them lined up. Doug, Tony, Matt, Scott, Jason, Keith. I need a marshal from that last one in turn 2. We got another volunteer. There were lots of racers in that last one, and I know none of them are racing any other classes. Thank you, Max. So, racers lined up. Doug, Tony, Matt, Scott, Jason, Keith. You all ready whenever Doug is. Doug, blue, yellow, red, running the loner buggy from Dan Stewart. Going live out of turn 4. That's a good start. Everyone making it through. Oh, Matt going to ride the pipe and go high. Scott's going to take the inside, but gives it up next corner. We see a heated battle for that 3 spot. Tony keeping his lines clean. Pushes a little high in turn 3. We're going to see them switch it up. Matt's going to fall back to the 4. Scott now up to the 3. Oh, Scott getting a little squirrely out of turn 4. He's going to find a little bit of stability that time. They are catching on Tony. All the while, Doug Townsend out on a Sunday drive. He said earlier the car was practically driving itself. He's on a 55 and a 4 flat. That is faster than his TQ time. Tony Watcher in that. He's about 2.5 off the leader. Another 8/10 back, going to be Scott Ashley. Oh, Scott's going to give it up. Here comes Matt Sinex. They've got the leader coming up on them. Oh, Scott's going to get into him. Jason Basham going to go right past him. So Jason's going to take that final podium spot. Keith Tishner to the 4. Matt and Scott falling all the way back to the 5 and 6. So Matt Sinex trying to get around Keith. Gets it done. Keith, he's in that orange and black Number 14, Yellow Wheels. He is in between that battle for the 4 and 6 spot. We are 150 down, 210 left to go. Doug's got one lap over Tony now. Tony's in that yellow, orange, and white. Number 29.
2 minutes left.
No one seemed to keep it clean enough to want to race him. We got Jason Basham in the 3. He is 1 second behind Tony. Matt Sinex in the 4. He is 1 lap off of the leaders. 1 lap off of Jason Basham. So he needs to find some pace and hope for some wrecks if he wants to get back up in there. We are 230 down, 130 left to go. Jason making up time on Tony. He's finally got that car rocking. It's been kind of slack in the last couple of weeks. This time by, he's finally got it on a pretty dialed setup. 245 down, 115 left to go. They're going by for about 12 more laps. I'm sorry, 16 more laps. Tony, yellow, orange, and white. Number 29 crossing there. Jason, 0.2 of a second behind him. White, blue, and yellow. Number 94. Oh, Tony's going to catch the pipe and roll it over. Here comes Jason to the 2 spot. Matt Sinex, he's almost 2 laps behind him. He is not within catching distance. He is going to need another mistake out of these guys if he wants to get up in there. We are 3:30 down, 30 seconds left. Doug Townsend, he's got 2 laps over the field. Just lapped Basham for the second time. The gap is now 9.5. With 15 on the clock, Doug going to throw down a 56 lap run. 56 and a 4:03 for him. He's doing it in someone else's car. Oh, he's going to catch him. He's going to oversteer into another car. Oh, it's going to be a 55 lap run.
Jason Basham
2 laps shy of the
Matt Sinex
line.
done. Tony Rector done.
Would have been a
Scott Ashton
perfect
done.
run, but he
All
sold it
drivers are
away.
finished. The race is concluded.
All right, wait for my marshals to get back out here. Race number 7, Super Stock Late Model. John, Chris, Sean, Paul, Eddie, Dean, Ronnie.
Paul Taylor. Dean Riley. Sean Denny. Eddie Sadler. Ronnie Sadler.
All right, I need Chris Workman out here. All right, hey. Run and get that fixed. Run and get that fixed. Anybody got a T-wrench on hand?
John Mosby.
Oh no. Chris hits the track. Spur gear. Chris, you got about 30 seconds. If you can't reset it, we're rolling. All right, shut it down. Let's get him lined up. John on the 1. Leave a little space for Chris. We got Sean in the 3. Paul 4. Eddie 5. Dean 6. Ronnie 7. How much longer, Chris?
Chris Workman.
All right, send him off. Going around, John, whenever you're ready. John, Sean, Paul, your top 3. Going around, turn 4. Good start there. Oh, Eddie gonna roll it over. Made it up to the 3 spot. Flipped it over. Gonna give it back to Paul Taylor. We are 30 seconds down. 3:30 left to go. We got John Mosby out front. He's in the all orange and number 1. Across the line now. He's got Sean Denny 1 second behind him. Paul Taylor now a lap behind them. So 1 and 2 have lapped the field. Paul Taylor in the 3. Ronnie 4. Eddie 5. Dean 6. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. John just ran a 4.79. A 4.744. He's found some heat now. Backs it up with a 4.8. Catches the pipe and rolls it. Didn't see what happened. Lost a little bit of time that time. It was a 6.5 second lap. He had a 3 second gap over Sean. Now it's a 1.2. He's going to stretch it right back out. A couple 4.8s. Sean with a 5-1. Another 5-1 from Sean. backs it up with a 5 flat. Sean found his high lap of the race. Ronnie from the 7 spot up to the 3. Just found a 5 flat from him. Paul with a 5-1. Eddie with a 4-9. All of these guys finding some pace here late in the main. We are 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. John out front, 2-second lead over Sean. Paul Taylor finding the 3 spot again. Ronnie with a big mistake, a 10-second crash. Ronnie and Eddie half a second apart. They are battling. Almost caught the number 2 car up. They are 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. John, all orange, number 1 down the front stretch, crossing the line there. His body all bent up under the brace. We've got Sean in that 2 spot, about 4 seconds behind him. Sean's in the white and black, number 10, about to get lapped here in the next couple times by. There it goes. Sean having a little mistake in the infield. Going to give John that extra time to lap him. We are 3 minutes down, 1 left to go.
1 minute left.
Unless John has a catastrophic break or a big crash, he will be tonight's winner. They are not beating him on lap times. They're going to need to get beat out on crashes. John and Sean, 1 and 2. They've got 12 seconds over Paul Taylor. Paul's in that 3 spot, holding it down. Eddie Sadler now moving up to the 3. Paul back to the 4. Ronnie 5. Ronnie is 1 lap behind that battle. So we're watching Eddie and Paul. Eddie, Paul, Ronnie, you are in that mix. Make sure to give them plenty of room when Paul comes up on you. Or we'll get into him. 10 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be Eddie's race. Just have to keep it clean for the next couple turns. 1 more lap. They will be done at the line.
Riley done.
Paul, keep going.
Sean Denny done. Eddie Sadler done.
That
John
will
Osborne
be a
done.
race. That is a
Ronnie Sadler
race.
done. Paul Taylor done.
Race number 7,
All drivers
Super
are
Stock
finished.
Late Model
The
is
race
a wrap.
concluded.
John, Sean, Eddie, your top 3.
John Collins. Dan Stewart. Brandon Roberts. Mike Basham.
All right. If you want to make some changes, now is the time to do so. Now is the time to do so. All right. John and Dan, park the cars in the middle. No more laps. No more laps. All right, let's get them lined up. Brandon on the 1, Mike on the 2, John on the 3, Dan Stewart on that 4 spot. So Brandon, all orange black wheels on the 1. Mike, all black number 34. John, all yellow number 59. And Dan, black and orange. Whenever you are ready, Brandon, you are leading them off. Out of turn 4, they will go live. 1, 2, and 3, all showing some serious pace. Mike Basham trying to let hell loose. He is going down that backstretch. All black number 34 trying to find the outside line on the leader. He doesn't see an inside, so he's going to try to power him down the out. Oh, inside down the out. Oh, almost kissing that rear end. They are getting tight. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Brandon Roberts leading them off. Oh, catching the pipe and getting a little squirrely. Same goes for John Collins. He was up in there. He falls off the pace just a little bit. 1/10 of a second between our leaders. 9/10 back, going to be John Collins. 1 lap behind them is going to be Dan Stewart. So 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Brandon and Mike, that is the show to watch. 2/10. Now 1/10 that time. Brandon Roberts on a 60 and a 4:03. Mike on a 60 and a 4:03. John on a 59 4:02. These are some new fast times. These will be going on the update board. Mike just sliding it so hard in there. So close to getting it wrong. Brandon, a little slide out. Mike forcing it in there. Very nice move. A lot of trust in that car to be able to do that. 60 and a 4:01 for your leader, Mike Basham. Started in the 2, made it to the 1. Brandon now going to try to get back up in there. We got John Collins. Had a mistake on the backstretch. He's going to be settled into that 3 spot. He's getting lapped by these leaders. Oh, watch the back. Go high. It's clear. 2:15 down, 1:45 left in this one. Mike Basham leading them off. He is pulling a gap over Brandon. Just trying a 4 flat there. A 3.9. Brandon with a 3.9. John with a 3.9. Matching lap times down the board. A 4 flat from all 3 of them. We are 3 minutes down. 1 minute left to go. Mike Basham. 60 and a 4 flat. 0.4. Oh, Brandon going to roll it over.
Left.
He's going to find his wheels. It's going to slow Mike down. He was well on a 60 lap pace. Going to drop him off by about a second. Not too big of a deal. He's still on a 60 and a 4:01. The dreams of a 61 lap pace have been crashed. Brandon in that 2 spot. Half a second behind him is John Collins. Oh, Brandon didn't see what happened. Car went out to the wall. John Collins going to recover back to that 2 spot. All yellow, number 59. John Collins back to the 2. Brandon from the 1 down to the 3. Super unfortunate for him. Ran a good start. Oh, the car. Something is binding up in that rear end. With 5 seconds on the clock, that will be your running order. Mike, John, Brandon. To the line, they will go. And John, Mike, and Brandon. That's a
Mike
race.
Basham done. Brandon Roberts
Mike
done.
Basham.
All drivers
Nearly
are
a
finished.
perfect
The race
race
is
from
concluded.
him. A 60 and a 4:01. John in the 2 and Brandon in the 3. All right. I need 3 marshals. So I need one more out here. One more from that last one back out here. Racers, track is yours. If I could get just one volunteer or one of my racers from that last one back out to the track. Go ahead and get them checked in, racers. Go ahead and get them checked in.
Max Mason. Charlie Whitemore.
Can I get Brandon Roberts out here to the track? Brandon Roberts. Are you marshaling for him? All right, line them up, line them up. So I'm curious to see how that lead battle goes down. Max had the pace, sold it away in qualifying. We got Matt out front, Max in the 2, and Charlie in the 3. Ready for an interesting A main. Matt Sinex, whenever you're ready. Down the backstretch. Through turns 3 and 5 out of 4. Matt Sinex, orange, gray, black, black wheels. Tracks his Fox body, crossing the line there. 2/10, now 3/10 of a second. Max Mason. We got Charlie in the 3. He's in the silver, white, stars and stripes. Crossing the line there. He's in that 3 spot. We are 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Matt Sinex pushing a little wide. Max Mason pushing the issue on that right side corner a little too hard. Making up some time. Oh, Max getting into the rear end of Charlie. All the while, your leader pulling a gap. It was 2/10 of a second a couple laps ago. Now it's 1.7. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Matt Sinex, a 5.1. Max, a 5.3. Max making up another 10th there. It is now 1.9 apart. Max going to throw down his high lap of a 5.14. Matt with a 5.10. Charlie with a 5.96. Matt Sinex down the backstretch. He goes red, gray, black. Crossing the line there. He's now got 2.8 over Max. A 5 flat from Matt Sinex. Gonna keep him way out front.
2 minutes left.
We are 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Matt and Max, 30 seconds apart. Charlie, 30 seconds off of Max. Charlie just ran his hot lap of a 5.85. Matt, an even faster 5 flat from your leader. Ran a 5.05. .245 down, 1:15 left to go. The gap is spreading. Now 4 seconds apart. Matt Sinex looking to lap Max Mason.
One minute left.
Oh, Max going to roll it over. In the final 45 seconds of this one, they are one lap apart. $15. 15 more seconds in this one. Matt out front on a 46.403. Max 2.5 behind him on a 45.4 flat. They're going to go by for one more lap. One more lap this time by. There's the bell. Max, you are done. Matt, you are done.
Max,
and
done.
Charlie, you are done. That's a race.
Charlie Whitemore done. All drivers are finished. The race is concluded. Paul Taylor. TJ Donahue. Thomas Sadler. Ronnie Sadler. Eddie Sadler. Tony Rector.
All right, Matt Sinex, I will give you time to get your car ready. I will give you time. I do need a volunteer out here. I need a volunteer. I need two volunteers. Two volunteers to come help me out. Okay, shut the track down. Shut the track down.
TJ Donahue.
Chris, can you cross the line for me? I need one volunteer. Thank you.
Chris Workman.
All right, we are covered on marshals. Thank you for the two volunteers. Let's get them lined up. TJ, you're leading us off. White and blue, number 19. Tony in that 2. Yellow, red, yellow, orange, and white, number 29. Chris Workman, all white, number 45. Then we got Ronnie in the 4. Thomas, 5. Eddie, 6. Paul, 7. All right. Whenever you're ready, TJ, you are leading us off. White and blue, number 19. White wheels, followed by the yellow wheel. Tony behind him. Out of turn 4. That's a good start. Oh, battle in the back. Trying to keep it clean up front. Chris early pass to that 2 spot. Tony going to leave it open and not. Chris is not going to look back. They're coming up on TJ. Oh, watch after the line. Big crash there. It's going to catch our leader and send him to the 3. Oh, these lappers are ruining TJ's race. Thomas, the leader, is coming up on you. Thank you for giving him room. We are 40. Oh, body off the car. Only 45 seconds into this one. We got Tony out front. Chris in the 2. TJ in the 3. TJ trying to get around Chris. Chris not quite quick enough to keep up with Tony. Needs to find a little bit of extra pace. Tony Watcher, your leader. He is right behind Thomas. Thomas, that is the leader with you. Here comes TJ. We got 3-car pileup on the right side, forcing that corner. Your leader down the front stretch now. Orange, yellow, white, number 29. He's got the yellow wheels on his car. Chris in the 2, TJ in the 3. TJ gonna roll it over in turn 2. Gonna fall back even further. Now he's in that 4 spot. Thomas Sadler to the 3. Oh, Thomas gonna give it to him. Oh, wide out. It is TJ's position now. Tony in the 1. Chris half a second off of him. That is the battle for the lead down the backstretch. Yellow, orange, and white. Yellow wheels. Crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. We got all white wheels.
2 minutes
Chris,
left.
number 46, right behind him. Thomas, that is the battle for the lead. Oh, no. Tony going to get into him. TJ not too far behind. Oh, 12 seconds. Never mind. We got Tony, Chris, TJ. Battle for the lead is tight. The number 3 car about 12 seconds off of that battle. Another 12 seconds back is going to be Thomas. It is spread out racing behind them. Tony, Chris, TJ. The podium looks to be just about locked up. With a minute 20 left, or a minute 15 left on the clock. Tony and Chris. That battle stretching out a little bit. It was 2 tenths. Now 1 second. Oh, watch the front. We got a car driving backwards. Tony and Chris now 2 tenths. That battle closing up. Tony, orange, yellow, white, number 29. Yellow wheels cross the line there. We got Chris right behind him. All white wheels, number 46. Yellow tape on the side. Crossing the line. Crossing the line for both of them. Tony has a fast lap of a 4.8. Chris with a 4.7. TJ 4.6. Down the front stretch they go. They got Thomas in front of them. You are being lapped. Thank you very much. TJ, they'll be coming up on you shortly. 15 seconds. Oh, Chris going to force the issue on the inside. Going to roll it over himself. TJ is 18 seconds behind, so Chris still has his position. That lead spot out of view. Tony, big gap with 4 seconds on the clock. They will be done next time by. Paul,
Taylor done.
Tony, Chris, TJ, Thomas,
done.
Eddie, Ronnie.
Done.
That is a race.
Eddie Sadler done.
Race is
Sadler done.
over.
All drivers are finished. The race is completed.
Tony, Chris, TJ, your top 3. All right, your all's race is over. Let's try not to walk back to the pits, guys. Let's get right back out to the track. There is drop-off spots for your cars. Let's make your way back out here so our racers can get to it. This is a final race of the night.
Dan Stewart. Scott Ashley.
I need one more. All right, I'm calling names. I need a Thomas, Paul, Ronnie's out here, Chris. Thank you. All right.
Dan
Let's get him
Stewart,
rolling. Get him rolling.
James Brother, John Ford, Jason Basham, Scott Ashley. Brandon Roberts,
All right. No more laps. No more laps. Now is the time for a quick change if you need it. All right. Line them up. Brandon, all orange black wheels up. Leading us off. John Ford, all white, number 69 in that 2 spot. Scott Ashley in the all red and black, number 68. James 4, Jason 5, Dan 6. Whenever you're ready, Brandon, you are leading us off. Brandon, John, Scott. Down the backstretch they go, being led off by Brandon. Out of turn 4, they are live. Good first lap for everybody here. Brandon and John, 2-car pull away. Brandon, all orange, black wheels down the front stretch he goes. We got John in that 2 spot, all white, number 69. Jason Basham. He's in the all white and blue, number 57. Black wheels down the backstretch he goes. 3 and 4 down, cross the line there. That's your number 3 car, final spot on the podium. Dan Stewart in the 4, James 5, Scott 6. Your number 4 car, Dan Stewart. Down the front stretch, crossing there, blue, red, number 26 in that 4 spot. 1.8 off of that podium. Brandon Roberts coming up on that car now. That's Dan Stewart. About to be lapped. Thank you for letting him by. You got John Ford coming up on you in the next lap or two. We are 1:15 down, 2:45 left to go. Jason Basham in that 3 spot. He is half a second off of John. He is reeling him in. Jason Basham, white and blue, coming up on Dan. Thank you very much. So Dan Stewart getting lapped by the number 3 car. We are 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Brandon pulling a gap. He's got 1.5 over John Ford. John's got half a second over. Oh, what happened? John with a crash. We're going to see Jason move up to that 2 spot. Jason now up to the 2. John 3, James Bruther 1 lap behind him. So John Ford's in the 3, James in the 4. James is 5 seconds behind John. No harm of getting past for a position. We are 2:30 down, 1:30 left in this one. Battle for the lead, closing up. Brandon and Jason going 10th for 10th. Brandon a 4.2, Jason a 4.1. The hot laps are quick. Brandon's got a 4.1. Jason's got a 4 flat. John with a 4.1. James with a 4.1. We are time getting short. We are 3 minutes down. 1 minute left to go. The gap was 1.5. Now it's 1.2. Jason making up time. Brandon with a 4.3. Jason with a 4.2. Another 10th gain there. Brandon down the front stretch. Jason 1 second behind him now. He's got some lap cars in front of him. I'm going to ask that John and James give him plenty of room. Thank you, James. John, this is for the lap. If they come up on you, give them plenty of room. They are 30 seconds out from their finish. Brandon's stretching it back out a bit. It's 1.3 now. Brandon, Jason, John. That's your top three. All three of them down the backstretch. John's going to give him the room. Thank you very much. James Brewer, they're going to get that lap back. There's 5 seconds left. Without a crash, it's going to be to the line. Jason, you are hot. Brandon, you are done.
John Ford done.
Dan, you are
Brandon
done. That
Roberts
is a
done.
race. Everyone
Dan
is
Steele's done.
finished.
All drivers are finished. The race is completed.
Brandon going to go tone to tone. Jason from the 5 spot up to the 2. And John Ford going to finish off in that final spot. All right. Anyone that raced tonight, if you made a podium position or a TQ title, make your way up front for a podium picture. Podium picture up front. Everybody have a good night. We'll see you back here next Tuesday.